Hello guys, in this video we'll install Unity version 2019 inside our system. So for installing Unity version 2019, we first need to download the Unity Hub software. So for downloading the software, I'll open my browser and then inside the search field I'll type Unity Hub download. I'll click on this first link which says unity3d.com/getunity/downloads. Next, from this link, I'll click on the Download Unity Hub button to download the Unity Hub software. So the Unity Hub software has started downloading inside my system, and once it is completely downloaded, I'll copy it on my desktop. So the Unity Hub setup file is downloaded inside my system. Next, to install it, I'll double click on this setup file. Next, I'll agree to Unity's terms and condition. Next, I won't make any changes in the destination folder, so the Unity Hub software will be installed inside C Program Files folder. After this, I'll click on the Install button. So the Unity Hub software is installed inside my system. Now, since the Run Unity Hub option is checked inside my system, so that's why when I click on the Finish button, the Unity Hub software will open inside my laptop. Now, after installing the Unity Hub software, next we'll install Unity version 2019 from the Unity Hub. So for installing Unity version 2019, I'll click on this back button neighboring to the preferences. After this, I'll click on the installs option. Now currently, as you can notice, there are no Unity versions installed inside my system. So to install a new Unity version, I'll click on the Add button. After this, by default, as you can notice, since Unity version 2019.1.11 is the latest version of Unity, so that's why this option is selected by default. Other versions of Unity include 2018.4.4, 2018.3.14, 2018.1.9, so on and so forth. Now, next to each of these version numbers, you will see the alphabet F. The alphabet F basically denotes that these are the final versions. If I scroll down, then at the bottom, you will see latest pre-release versions. Okay, so the first pre-release version, which you can see, is 2019.3. And next to it, you can see the text A10, which stands for alpha. Below it, you can see Unity version 2019.2. Next to it, you can see the word B, which stands for beta. So these two versions at the bottom basically are the alpha and the beta version. That is, these are not the final version. Now, instead of installing the alpha or the beta version, I'll just go with the final version, that is Unity 2019.1.11. So with Unity 2019.1.11 selected, I'll click on the next button. Now over here, we need to choose the modules which we want to install along with Unity. So the first module which is selected by default is Microsoft Visual Studio Community. Okay. So this first module basically stands for the coding editor. That is, the coding editor which we will use along with Unity is Visual Studio. After Visual Studio, the second option which I'll choose is Android Build Support. So with the help of Android Build Support, we can build our Unity applications and test them on an Android smartphone. If I open Android Build Support, then inside this, there is one more option which says Android SDK and NDK tools. I'll check this option as well, as this option contains the SDK and the NDK tool. SDK is an important component as it is required for building the Android application. Below this, we have the iOS Build Support option. Now, if you're using a Windows system, then you do not need to install the iOS Build Support, as from a Windows machine, we cannot build applications for an iPhone. If you're using a Mac system, then for the Mac, you can select the iOS Build Support option, as from the Mac, you can build and run applications on an iPhone. Now, regardless of whether you have a Windows or a Mac system, it is important that you check the Android Build Support, as you can build APK files from a Mac as well. The final component which you will check is the Vuforia Augmented Reality support. So these are all the necessary components which I'll install along with Unity version 2019.1.1. Okay, so after this, I'll click on the next button. I'll agree the terms and condition, and after this, I'll again click on the next button. I'll agree to Android SDK and NDK terms and condition, and then I'll click done. So now Unity version 2019.1.11 has started installing in my system. Now depending on your internet speed, it will take around 1 to 2 hours for Unity version 2019.1.11 to install inside your system. So guys, Unity version 2019.1.11 is installed inside my system. Later on, if you want to add some additional modules inside Unity version 2019.1.11, then to do that, you'll click on these three dots on the top right side. After this, you'll click on Add Modules. Next, you will select the required module which you want to install. And after this, you'll click on the Next button. Now, since I've downloaded and installed all the necessary modules, so I'll just uncheck this iOS build support and I'll close this. After installing the Unity software, next you need to activate the Unity software. And to do that, you need to create a Unity account, also known as Unity ID. So to do this, first click on the Manage Licenses option, which is at the bottom. After this, click on the login link. Now you should see this login window. If you already have a Unity ID, then you can enter the registered email ID, you can enter the password, and then you can click on the sign in button. But if you're using Unity for the first time and if you do not have a Unity ID, then you will click on this create one link. After this, for creating your Unity ID, you need to enter your email address, password, you need to set a unique username, and finally you need to provide your full name. You then need to agree to Unity's terms and condition, and after this you'll click on create a Unity ID button. Once you click on the create a Unity ID button, you will get a confirmation mail on the email address which you have provided over here. You then need to click on the confirmation link to create your Unity ID. After clicking on the confirmation link, you again need to click on the login button. Now, since the login window is not visible, so I'll just click on the general option once, and then I'll again click on the license management option. So now the login window is available, so I'll click on it. After this, I'll enter my Unity's email ID and password. Next, I'll click on Activate New License button. Next, we need to select a Unity license. Now, Unity has three license type: Unity Personal, Unity Plus, or Unity Pro. Out of these three licenses, Unity Personal is the free license. So I'll select Unity Personal license. After this, I'll select the second radio button which says I don't use Unity in professional capacity. And then I'll click done to activate my license as well as activate Unity. So next, I'll click on the back button from preferences, and inside the projects tab, you can see that I currently do not have any projects. Okay. So guys, after installing the Unity software, I'll end this video over here. So I hope by watching this video, you are able to install the Unity software properly.